Hi, this is James Headley. Welcome back to the Living in Savannah channel. Apologies, a bit of congestion here today, but muddling through, so hopefully it won't get bad. While there are lots of other great reasons that people consider moving to the landings, the weather, natural beauty, boating, friendly neighbors, the overall peace and tranquility in such close proximity to Savannah, among other reasons that I've discussed in more depth elsewhere, golf is often a major driver for those that are choosing to relocate here or thinking about doing so. As a result, I wanted to take a few moments today to address some of the most common questions that I get about golf and really specifically around tee times at the landings. Before doing so, let me thank you as always for subscribing to this channel, sharing it with others, and of course liking those videos that you find useful. With that said, let's dive into those golf frequently asked questions. Can I get a tee time? There's a reason I chose this as the title for today's video and starting with it as our first FAQ, and that is because it's typically one of the first questions that prospective residents ask me. And with my own experiences at one course and even multi-course clubs prior to moving here as backdrop, it was one of the first questions that I chose to ask as well before moving here. So what's the answer? As you might expect, there is a little bit of nuance, certainly, but the simple starting point answer is a very emphatic yes. With 6 courses, and let's even call it 5, just in case one is undergoing a significant facelift, as happens every few years on a well-planned structure, or there's routine maintenance going on one. There's a lot of golf supply, regardless, to meet the demand of 1,700 to 1,800 golf memberships at any given time. Now, if your expectations are to play in the first group of dew sweepers 7 days a week on your particular favorite course, you might be disappointed at times. But if you have more flexible expectations than that, you likely aren't going to find yourself disappointed with your tee time experience here. Number 2, I don't know anybody at the club. How hard will it be for me to find a game? Whatever your handicap, there is almost certainly a game or 10 that you'll find a good fit here. Between the pro shops, new neighbors, the men's and women's golf associations, and just generally being a friendly person, you're likely to have more options to choose from than you could possibly participate in versus struggling to get in a game you like most days of the week. Number 3, do I have to log on at midnight to secure a good tee time? No. The lottery system here may have a kink or two now and then, i.e. don't be surprised to find yourself going through runs of playing a couple of courses frequently and not others, then seeing that reversed the following month. But in general, it is good and seemingly fair. Put in your request 5 to 31 days in advance for your desired time, course or courses, and you'll know 4 days in advance where, where and when you are playing. At that point, you can also go into the populated tee sheet and grab any free slots that happen to be available. And there typically are a number of opportunities to play and loads of opportunities to play if you'd like to play in the afternoon. And next question then, I'm not super tech savvy, so am I going to be at a disadvantage when making tee times? The answer here is no for a number of reasons. First, the website and member app can both be used for all of what I've described here. And both are at least fairly user-friendly. In addition, there are lots of documents and videos to help walk through how to use the site and the app. And lastly, if you still don't trust your laptop or your mobile device, there is a dedicated tee times office staffed by an on-site person that you can call or even stop by to put in your requests. And our last question, will I be battling with guests, regular hosted outings, and the like to get a tee time? Again, no is the answer here. While there are a handful of regular events hosted by the club each year that take a course or two out of commission for members, most notably the week of the Korn Ferry Tour's annual visit to the club in the spring, this is notably the exception and nothing like what you may have experienced, and I certainly did, at other clubs where Mondays and or Thursdays were often marked by hosted scrambles populated almost entirely by guests. I hope this was helpful in answering some questions that you may have had. Please do share any others directly with me via email or in the comments below, and I'd be happy to address those. And of course, please do reach out anytime if you are thinking of buying or selling a home here on Skidaway Island. it would certainly be my pleasure to help you with that journey. And until then, thanks again for subscribing, liking, and sharing, and putting up with the nasal voice this morning. Take care.